2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Orlando Magic. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Wizards in Washington. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And guys, it's hard to believe that for a portion of his career, Hassan Whiteside was having a hard time getting minutes at all. He was even out of the league for a few years. What clicked for him to become the player he is today?
Well, I've talked to him personally, Ernie, and he understood that work and focus was all he needed to be in the NBA. He started playing to his strengths. Every now and then he does silly stuff. I'll call him and say, hey, straighten up. That's why he got the big contract, Ernie.
Yeah, there seem to be times when he's not exactly dialed in.
He's not dialed in, but he's a young player. But, you know, when I don't see him dialed in, then that's when I dial in and say, yo, man, you got to get dialed in.
And he takes your calls.
Oh, of course he does.
Well, you know, it's hard to get second chances in this league, but he's made the most of them. And when he's making the most of them, he's getting them SLNs. You know what that is.
Shaq-like numbers.
Without question.
That's what that meant. Wow.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny.
That'll do it for now. We send you to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everyone is in their seat and buckled in at the American Airlines Arena as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Magic, this is the last game before heading back to Florida and Orlando. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
Yeah, and they've just looked sort of lost out there lately. They're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ross in at the 3 spot.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Greg, it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least 1 championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
Now here's Ross. 17 points in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Off target from 3-point range. Miami with the ball. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Well, 9 times out of 10, if you can't take advantage of the freebies at this level, the outcome is not going to be in your favor.
Here's Ross. Not enough on that one as it misses. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Dragic the pass to Waiters. Puts it up from 12. Bucket is good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The Magic again can't hit.
I'm not sure if it's a bad start or unlucky here. 0 for 4. Can't think too much about it. Just got to get that first one to go.
Fournier dishes to Augustine. He kicks to Vucevic. Over Whiteside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Miami the other way.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Well, Waiters and confidence, they go together pretty well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Frank Vogel had a few minutes to share with me. They have won their one matchup against this team so far, but he said the first order of business was for them to score against a very tough shot blocking team inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down perimeter looks. They could be the key to victory. We'll see if he's right, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. Guys, just how difficult is it to face a team with this kind of defense?
Kevin, it is tough. They've got some guys who can totally wreck your game plan with their activity on D.
I also wonder if this is going to give them a spark of their own on defense. You face a team with this kind of pressure, and it can get you fired up to prove that you're every bit as tough as your opponent.
Screen by Olynyk. Here's Richardson. Vucevic with the block. Ross kicks to Augustine. He dishes it to Fournier. To the inside. Olynyk with the steal. Dragic kicks to Richardson. Here's Olynyk. Orlando grabs the miss. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Yeah, it just looked like, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but just never comfortable in this game. And the line certainly is one of those places where that could show up.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you'd think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Free throw, good. Whiteside. Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Now here's Ross. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Fournier. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Washington.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Ross kicks to Fournier. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound in this one. And waiters, here we go. Ross with the steal. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. Good on the shot.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Screen by Olynyk. Dragic the pass to Waiters. The dish to Olynyk. Pass to Dragic. Right side a screen. And it's Dragic off the drive. Clock at 4. Vucevic with the block. And up the court come the Magic on the break. It's deflected. Here's Dragic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic. Was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage. And he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, with Dragic and his statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired with a shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's been the case with Dragic. And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big Three era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Heat. Now here is Augustine. Ellington defending, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Olynyk. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
The Magic shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
That one is off. And Brent, when some guys slam it home, they treat it like a normal play. Who are some of the guys that use the dunk as a tactic to fire up their teammates?
Well, I think we have some guys who are really spectacular when they finish, Kevin. Certainly anytime Blake Griffin gets to the rim, or DeAndre Jordan, where seemingly his head's up in there and slams it down, it fires up the crowd. But most of the time, it's the little guys that get you going the most. On the fast break, all of a sudden the ball gets to somebody on the wing, And to watch a little guy get up in the air with somebody underneath him and throw it down, that gets everybody off the bench and fired up.
So unexpected, Brent. That's a great point. Now here's Matt. Not a lot of room. Inside, Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Good ball movement here by Miami. Drains it from beyond the arc. Wade's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And that's just a really good-looking three-point shot from D. Wade. You have to crowd him as he's rising up for that one.
And Mack kicks to Spates. Unloads from 13. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist from Spates. And it's 8 points for Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, got to feel good about the way you started this one, guys, as he is making almost everything out there and giving his team a good, solid boost.
Here's Wade. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest two guards to ever play.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for Wade. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Now here's Matt. Ellington defending. There's the pick. Spates sets a screen. Aflalo dishes to Mack. Shot clock at 5. The shot comes out. Now the Heat take it the other way. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
Now here's Matt. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And Simmons kicks to Mack. Off target with his 3. The Heat leading by 7. Here's Adebayo. Mack grabs the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Simmons. The Magic again can't hit.
The defense not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
The Magic trail by 7. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Passes it to Mack. Spates sets a screen. Johnson with the block. And it's the Heat on the break. Ellington leading the charge.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
Here's Mack. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Spates sets a screen. Here's Aflalo. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Aflalo's got his first bucket in this one.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
There's Winslow. It's blocked. Aflalo against Wade. Here's Simmons. Here's Spates. Kick out to Aflalo. Stolen by Winslow. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep all broken down for the Heat.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
The first free throw is good. Brent, you certainly grew up around basketball. Your dad was a legend. Your brothers certainly played at a very high level. What kind of advantage do you think that gave you, if any, as your career was progressing?
That's funny, Kevin. I can't get away from it. I'm sitting next to you now, and we're watching basketball. So
I know it. Here it is.
The advantage, I think, is just absorbing all of that stuff. Maybe on a subconscious level, that you're taking in everything about what the profession was going to represent for you, if in fact you got there, and thank goodness I did.
Well, I always sense you had a very wide view. Your lens was always wide, capturing as much as you could gather.
Yeah, it was like a 10 to 22 on any camera.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. A minute 42 left here in the opening quarter. Wade passes to Winslow.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. It's already his second foul in the first quarter. Justice Winslow, the Duke product, can give you a lot on the wing. The questions are what he can do consistently offensively, but you know he's a very good team player on both ends of the floor.
The first one falls.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Terrence Ross is checked in for the Magic. He makes one of two that time.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
Spates sets a screen, and Mack kicks to Spates. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Spates has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Brent Winslow, definitely a plus defender, and that's one of the strengths of his game.
Well, what I like about his defense is certainly there's a foundation coming from Duke University, but he's always within arm's reach of a shooter and understands that he can make the move to get there, to challenge a shot, and not ever be out of position.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Orlando shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
That free throw good from Ross.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
Both shots good from the stripe. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Now here's Mack. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Spates kicks to Afflalo. Lets it go from the wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Afflalo. ...20 seconds left to play here in the first. Ellington dishes to Winslow. Johnson kicks to Ellington. For Miami, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And that one falls for Ellington. Ellington hits them both.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Here's Mack. Off the left rim and out. And so it's Miami in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
Well, you just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of one? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
So on the floor for Orlando, Shelvin Mack is out there with a follow. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac in at the 4 side. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. And Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And now running it up the court, Mack pushing it up. Isaac misses.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Wade misses.
He has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Stripped away. He feeds it to Ellington. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Ellington's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Heat. Winslow against Ross. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight, and it's in there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
For 3, Ross. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. Well, Eric Spoelstra known for being a player's coach, but he also isn't afraid to dish out some tough love. With this team in a rebuilding phase, he's had to do that a lot.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is just get the most out of every player on the team, and he lets them know, I'm going to put you in positions, guys, to maximize your potential. Sometimes that can come from tough love, but most of the time it's because they want greatness. That's what the Miami Heat organization is all about.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Spates. Aaron Gordon comes in for Isaac. Fournier's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Mack. Ross against Richardson. Picked by Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Fournier sets the pick for Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. To the right side. Augustine, no luck. The Heat leading by 10. To the wing on the left. Olynyk the pass to Whiteside. Olynyk has the open look. Goes back up. And it's laid in by Whiteside.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Picked by Vucevic. Gordon with a screen on Waiters. Vucevic setting the pick for Ross. Out to the right wing. Down low. And stolen by Whiteside. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Vucevic.
And Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the 2-guard spot. Tough for Josh Richardson last year to get some consistent play due to injuries that just sort of took him off track, but it definitely slowed up what was looking like a very encouraging sophomore season, and still has a bright future ahead of him.
First free throw is good. And despite the injury-riddled season last year, you can see what Richardson provides to a team when he is healthy and Brent when he's ready to go. Solid wing player.
Well, they love Richardson coming out of college as a guy who could play flat-out defense on the wing, and then all of a sudden he stepped up in some big moments 2 years ago and started draining three-point shots. So they feel like they've got a perimeter player in Richardson that's going to make that kind of progression and have that kind of consistency for them in the next few years.
No good on the second free throw. NBA official, NBA referee, Brent, has to be one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
No, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Brett, last season you can think of several huge plays and big shots for Dion Waiters. He had a handful of game winners for his team, and one thing Waiters has is the confidence to take that last shot with the game on the line.
Well, I remember the quote from Waiters where he said, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9, because if you go 0 for 9, that means you stop shooting. I guarantee you any coach he plays for would have him stop at 0 for 9. But the confidence is there always for Dion Waiters.
Free throw, good. Waiters.
Well, we know about him being the 4th overall pick in the draft, and Waiters still trying to find a role on this team.
And Augustine kicks to Simmons. Feeds it to Fournier. Clock at 6. Vucevic, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Fournier gets a wide open look. Miami leading by 14. Here's Dragic. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Now Augustine, 9 points last game. Fournier for three. Goran Dragic grabs the board.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Stolen by Gordon. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Simmons. That's good from 17 feet away. Simmons got his first basket. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. There's the feed to Waiters. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And I really thought he was going to send that shot the other way, but at least he forces the miss.
Well, just good timing on his part. Anytime the shooter has to adjust, the defense wins.
Hey, Brent, it's been said before that champions have no off season. Thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year?
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right. So in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym, your body's ready to do that and in tune. Take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents and then, of course, the upcoming season.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Dragic. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 14 points a game, 6 assists and 2 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Now here's Fournier. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Here's Dragic. He's coming off a 13-point game against New Orleans. And here's Olynyk from the arc. A second chance effort. And here's Richardson outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Richardson's got a pair of triples in the second now for Miami. Waiters against Fournier. Stolen by Waiters. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. Finished off the break. Dragic has got 6.
Well, Dragic was sprinting down the floor with the ball. The right decision right there was go all the way to the rim. That's what he did.
It's Fournier on the wing. Vucevic to the pass to Fournier. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Fournier's got his first 2 points of the night.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Buries the long-range jumper.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Augustine kicks to Simmons. Gordon a screen. Vucevic dishes to Augustine. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Pick by Vucevic. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Right side, Gordon. It's over Olynyk. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Brent, you played briefly with the Heat. What was it like coming to this team mid-season and getting to play with a player who is revered by Miami fans in Alonzo Mourning?
Well, the thing that I always thought about with Alonzo Mourning was the intensity with which he played with, and to watch his approach both in practice and in his preparation to get ready for big-time basketball was the most impressive part of having an opportunity to suit up with a Hall of Famer in Alonzo Mourning.
First free throw is good. Gordon hits both of them. And last season, the Heat showed that they can score and attack you from many different sources.
Well, the Heat have a team where one player can step up for them on any given night, and they improve their outside shooting so much. So many guys had a tremendous year from behind the three-point line. They opened up the floor a bit. So with Dragic running the point and using his speed, they had some other gunners out there who got into a great rhythm, and certainly that winning streak helped their confidence.
Now here's Fournier. After the miss from Goran Dragic, here's Vucevic. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Fournier against Waiters. Kicks to Whiteside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for Evan Fournier. And Mack subbed in for Augustine. Now here's Mack. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Teardrop shot. Johnson with the block. Here's Spates. No problem on the jumper in close.
Making an effort on the offensive glass. Spates with the skill to convert after the miss.
Ellington with it. 6 points for him. And here's Winslow. Pass to Johnson. Dishes it to Ellington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Wade in the corner. Off target with his 3.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Follow against Wade. Spates dishes to Mack. Spates sets a screen, and Mack kicks to Aflalo. Spates with a screen on Wade. Aflalo, no good. The Heat leading by 17. Here's Ellington. Here's Johnson. And the pass to Ellington. Out to Wade. Another miss by Wade.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Aflalo, that's good.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line, or you risk getting burned.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. but shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded he might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. Spates. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Spates. And Maurice Spates, the stretch big man, has always had a good mid-range shot, Brent, but when he was with the Warriors, you may recall, he was able to expand his range out to 3.
Well, there's something that goes along with winning, and I think that's a tremendous amount of confidence. So after Maurice Spates got the championship ring, I think he brings some of that leadership and locker room mentality that you need on a winning team.
Now, here's Wade. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. The shot's good from Ellington.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
Now here's Matt. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Spates sets a screen for 3. Ross.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Heat lead by 18. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. James, you came out and you were really productive. In fact, the whole bench was productive.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what the second unit is for. We go hard in practice. We know we can play with the best of them, and we just want to give our first guys the first group a lift.
You certainly did, James. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
This reminds me of myself. They're just giving away points from the free throw line. It's hard to keep pace when you keep putting guys on the line over and over. Being physical is fine, but they were out of control, way too reckless.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
A shot of American Airlines Arena in the lights of Miami, Florida. Welcome back, everyone, to the action here. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. A fantastic game from Aaron Gordon in this one.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Olynyk down low with Whiteside. And it's Richardson in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Dragic. Whiteside, the pass to Dragic. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dragic has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Heat. Pass to Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Up top, Fournier. Three-pointer. No good that time. And it's Miami the other way.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is,
You saw that. Sneaky quickness allowing Waiters to penetrate through the defense to get the strong finish.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Fournier. He kicks it to Gordon. Picked by Vucevic. Gordon dishes to Fournier. Gordon with a screen on Dragic. Passes it to Ross. Off target from three-point range.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
For three, Olynyk. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fournier for 3, and it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Olynyk, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here is Augustine. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Yeah, maybe the halftime cut into some of that rhythm they had in the first half. So far, 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
That one is off. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
And Olynyk kicks to Richardson. Three-pointer. And Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Richardson's got 3 assists tonight. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Vucevic has screen on Waiters. Here's Gordon. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Gordon's got 22 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You can't afford to leave your feet around Josh Richardson. Terrific at getting that guy up in the air and drawing the foul.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And Augustine kicks to Ross. High post Vucevic. He dishes it to Fournier. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. And it's Orlando with another.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. There's the dish to Olynyk. Over Gordon. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Fournier's shot is off.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Orlando.
Well, he is an offensive threat, and Waiters can draw a ton of shooting fouls when he's aggressive.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Waiters. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Fournier dishes to Vucevic and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. He feeds it to Olynyk. And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. No good on that one. Great D that time from Vucevic. For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Gordon a screen, and they call an illegal screen here. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. In fourth, the Heat.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Waiters outside. It's Whiteside, top of the key. Feeds to Dragic. Great D that time from Vucevic.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Ross with a wide open look. It's good from long range. Ross has got 8 points.
This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he could take any challenge that the defense is going to throw at him.
Screen by Olynyk. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. And there's the feed to Richardson. From beyond the arc, it's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Ross against Dragic. Here is Ross. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Augustine from outside. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
In the corner, it's Richardson, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And a look here at the shot chart for Orlando.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Now here's Olynyk. 5 points in the game. Miami no good on that time either. Winslow against Ross. A putback, and it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. The Heat leading by 19 points. Here's Dragic, and the shot goes in. Dragic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Really looks to be in the zone here. His teammates should look to get him the ball as much as possible.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
There are very few people in the league that put the type of fear in a shooter, especially when they draw close to the rim. Like Hassan Whiteside, gets to so many shots with his height, uses both arms to block shots, and he changes countless attempts around the rim.
And with Whiteside, certainly one of the preeminent shot blockers in the NBA, Brent does so without selling out for shots, too.
Now you think about a great shot blocker and maybe a guy that he's talked to a lot in Alonzo Mourning. Whiteside does a good job of staying down and waiting until the offensive player gets off his feet or releases the ball so that he can get up there and swat it away.
Winslow, no good on the shot. Simmons with the defensive effort. Augustine against Dragic. Kicks it to Fournier. Back to Gordon. Over Johnson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Miami leading by 21. Here's Wade. Gordon with the defensive effort. Orlando's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Augustine with it. Wade picks him up. Pick by Vucevic. Off the pick. And he knocks down the jumper. Augustine's got 6.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Wade. He has 7. Winslow kicks to Whiteside. Here's Dragic. Misses the layup. The Magic trail by 19. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Fournier. And Mack subbed in for Augustine. Now here's Mack. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside.
Hey, yo, wait.
Back to Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Wade. That shot off. The Magic go the other way with it. Now Mack. Spates with a screen on Dragic. Spates sets a screen. Here's Mack. Makes it off the glass. Mack's got his first bucket of the night.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Dragic with it. He's got 14. Wade outside. Over Aflalo. Wade gets the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
You can't fault the D there. They all did their jobs, but a superstar talent knows what to do and gets it done.
Spates sets a screen. Mack, good.
You know, at least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Now here's Dragic. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Spates against Whiteside. Miami needs to get a shot off. There's Winslow, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Ellington comes in for Goran Dragic. And here is Mack. He's got 5. Aflalo outside. That's tipped. Now here's Ellington. He's got 9. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Mack. Spates sets a screen. Mack dishes to Spates. Takes the 13-footer. They get it back. Powered down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
Yeah, I tell you what, Isaac really rebounds well for his position. Takes advantage of that length and his reach to track down rebounds.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Isaac.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
Here's Adebayo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 4 on the clock. There's Winslow. And again, it's the Heat missing. And the story for Jonathan Isaac, as a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. And the free throw, no good.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10" forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
Simmons, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Wade kicks to Winslow. Dishes it to Ellington. On the wing, Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Count that one from Isaac.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop it.
Now here's Ellington. 9 points in the game so far. Looking to end the drought. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Simmons, a screen on Wade. The follow kicks to Simmons. From deep three-point range, and again, it's the Magic from deep. Wade. No good on the shot. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Miami ahead. They lead by 2. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Poise and aggressiveness on the offensive end. Everything we do is with speed and force on the offensive end.
Frank Vogel clearly would like to see these guys attack the defense a little bit more, but also avoid costly mistakes.
Yeah, and this is where I think you want to keep things simple. Make the right cut, the right pass. Don't worry about the style, just the score.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And so in the game for the Magic, Isaac out there with Simmons. Then there's a Flalo. Then it's Shelvin Mack. And it's Spates in at the 5 down low. Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Richardson, good.
Nice job by Richardson getting to the inside. High percentage play to the basket.
Here's Mack. Spates sets a screen. With the teardrop, that's in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Mack.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Wade kicks to Richardson. The shot by Ellington, no good. Well, Orlando shooting 40% from the field. Outside, Simmons. The pass to Spates. And it's all evened up.
Spates now competing down on the inside and getting after it in the painted area.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Johnson kicks to Wade. That one no good. Excellent D there from Aflalo. To take the lead. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Mack's got his 7th assist in the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Wade. Here's Adebayo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Spates. And stolen by Ellington. Richardson the pass to Wade. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Heat lead by 2.
Excellent use in the mid-range area. You know that's one of his favorite shots.
Now here's Matt. D right on him. Pass to Spates. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. Ellington grabs the miss.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And Mack kicks to Aflalo. Stolen by Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Passes it to Johnson. And that one drops. And now a 6-point Heat lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Mack dishes to Aflalo. Shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by the Heat. Johnson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested J.
The Magic trail by 8. And Mack kicks to Spates. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Mack, good.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
Yeah, and therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Waiters, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Wayne Ellington. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He told them one thing. He said, no mistakes from here on out. We've got a good lead. We won't take chances. No dumb fouls. Smart basketball the rest of the way. Guys.
The Magic trail by 9. Augustine passes to Fournier. He kicks it to Vucevic. Left side, Gordon. Gordon with the screen for Fournier. Stolen by Waiters. And it's blocked by Gordon. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. There's a good screen. Dragic against Augustine. Count it. 16 points for Goran Dragic.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Gordon, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And they get it back, and they're able to recover.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
he knocks down the first one. Gordon hits both of them. Now Dragic. He dishes it to Whiteside. Richardson kicks to Olynyk. No good on the triple.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Augustine dishes to Fournier. Feeds it to Gordon. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Gordon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. Here's the dish to Olynyk. A 3-ball. Hits it from three-point range. Olynyk's got 9 points here in the second half.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Vucevic up top. He's covered by Whiteside. Gordon a screen. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Shot clock at 5. It's good. 6 points for Vucevic.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
But when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
No good from Dragic.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Heat leading by 6. Inside, it's tipped and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
And it's the Magic with the ball. Now the feed to Gordon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And he can't get the first one.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
He's off on the second. Count it. Good. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, big mistake there. You cannot forget to box out the shooter.
Left side, Waiters. Augustine from outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Now here's Fournier. He feeds it to Ross from deep. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. The Heat leading by 7. Richardson with it. Olynyk dishes to Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Here's Whiteside. Second shot opportunity. The shot missing. Great D that time from Vucevic. The Magic trail by 7. And here's Augustine. Gordon a screen. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 11 points for Terrence Ross.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Now here's Dragic. To the paint, shot clock at 6, and they pick up 2.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Dragic against Augustine. Kicks it to Ross. Gordon a screen. Fires from 14. Another miss by Vucevic.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Richardson dishes to Dragic. Hits the three-point bomb. And now it's a 9-point Heat lead.
And as Dragic went up on the jumper, he knew the defense was there still. Finds a way to knock that one in.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. 1:57 left in the game. And it's Vucevic missing.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Terrific patience around the paint area from Dragic there. Calmly knocks one down from the interior.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Will it go? Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Vucevic.
I'm not sure why anyone would leave him alone at that range. Head scratcher.
Dragic the pass to Olynyk. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 6 assists in the game. The Magic trail by 11. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Miami's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Heat.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Hassan Whiteside.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
Now here's Richardson. Outside Dragic. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Heat lead by 15.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Ross. so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Well, Dwayne, you won the game, but you lost the rebounding battle. How did you overcome that?
I don't know. You know, we have a knack for finding a way to win, and we've always had that here. You know, we got to do a better job. You know, we can't get out-rebounded like that and expect to win, so we got to figure it out.
Sure, you'll be working on it. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.